Hello traders, Steve Gans here, and I wanted to share with you why I like the butterfly trade. I know I've mentioned that multiple times, but here's a very good example to take a look at. So this is a trade that I opened back on a large down day when the VIX was elevated. And with butterflies, that's really important to understand when to put them on, then how to adjust them, etc. But this one hasn't been adjusted at all. And what I want you to notice on this, okay, so this position, we are 8 weeks into the position, and it's up nicely, $1,250. And then what I want you to see here, more importantly, is just how wide the profit zone is on this. I have a lot of people that reach out to me saying, Steve, in order for this butterfly to work, you have to be between this strike right here of 57.10 and 5,800. And while that is true at expiration, in other words, when we get all the way to expiration, that's true. That's where your profit zone lies. Except in this case, there's also profitable anywhere to the upside because of when and how I put it on. Now, all that said, let's just come back here to current. As time marches on, just look at how this T0 line moves. Again, even as you get another 2-3 weeks from now, this just continues to mound up with some profitability. And again, look how wide this profit zone is on this trade. I can be all the way down here to 56.50. I can be all the way up to whatever, 7,000. And it is still going to have profitability in it. And somewhere along this way, I do not normally carry these to expiration. Somewhere along the way here, I will make a judgment call looking at market conditions that, you know what, I think it's time to pull the plug on this. I don't like as gamma risk. Gamma is how much this is going to change in value with a small move in the market. Now, as I look right here, I can easily use option strat to take a look. What if the SPX drops 100 points to 56.60? What if it goes up 100 points? And right here, it's okay. I'm willing to take that risk because it's not a huge risk in the P&L. But gee, what if I get up to here? Now, that small move is going to make a huge difference in my overall profitability. So that's why I personally don't tend to take these into expiration. I will continue to ride this one a little bit longer. But the more important aspect of this, not only is there a huge range, let's just look at what this thing has ridden through. So this trade was put on here back on January 10th. So it was put on this day as the market sold off. And we rallied from here. We rallied up 400 points. We dropped back about 200 points, rallied up 200 points, sold off 500 points. And this is about as volatile as our markets normally get. And this trade hasn't even required being looked at, hasn't required an adjustment yet at this point. Now, I did early on, when this trade was rallying up significantly, I did make an adjustment. So let's look at that because, again, I saved both versions of this. So the one I adjusted, I raised the right wing a little bit on it, which brought me in a little more downside risk into that trade. Because that had a little more downside risk, it's a little less profitable right at this moment because I did roll some of those upper wings. Now, as we're rallying right now, this is maybe going to end up being more profitable if the market does, in fact, continue its rally up. But right at this moment, this one has a little bit less profitability in it. Because of that adjustment, I made that adjustment to accommodate more upside move. And I made that adjustment, if we look back here on the 15th. So let's just see what the 15th was here. Of course, that's going to be an up day. So that's on this up day when we broke to new highs. I adjusted it to accept more upside. And of course, we did get more upside at that point, but then we got all this happening. So at the end of the day, the key here to the butterfly in my mind is the extremely wide profitability range at 3-4 weeks into an 8 to 10 week trade. So this is what I like to put on, ride them for a little bit, and then go ahead and either thin them out. In some cases, I thin them out and I just leave a couple butterflies live, or I'll take the whole thing off when I get to a decent profitability. I usually like to shoot in that 10, 15%, depending on how good of an entry I got on the trade. I may even sometimes shoot for about a 25 to 35% profit in these. It just seemed like a very good opportunity today to share with everyone, again, why I like the butterfly and that really wide range that you get with the butterfly. It is deceiving. You don't just have this small tent area, at least not until the final expiration. Prior to that expiration, you have a very broad range of profitability. So hopefully you found this helpful. If you did, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Give me any comments down below as well if there's anything you'd like to see me discuss or evaluate in the future. Thanks so much, everyone. Take care.